In this video, we will talk about pending messages notifications. Those are the emails you receive, and walk through the options available in that notification, such as accepting and rejecting messages.
Then we'll log into the control console and show you other configuration items like configuring notification schedules, maintaining whitelists and blacklists, and further management of the quarantine.
Okay, so I'm going to go to Outlook now. Okay, so you'll receive pending messages notifications according to your notification schedule. We'll cover the schedule later. I have a dedicated folder set up here for McAfee MailSafe, and you can create this folder by yourself. You just right-click on your mailbox, new folder, and that will create it. And if you want any message you receive from 365 MailSafe, you can set a rule to always move messages from there to whatever folder. And you can call us for help on this. We're here to help with that, no problem. So when you open one of these notifications, I'll just open one of these down here. Okay, you'll see a list of messages that Roaring Penguin thinks are spam.
So by default, if an email scores more than 25, it will be automatically rejected. It will not be recorded by the anti-spam system at all. This score can be modified by company, as you may prefer stricter rules.
Right. So the score comes from an inspection of the email message, but not just the contents of the message. It also looks at the sender, the country it's coming from, IP address, certain, what else?
There's a thing called SPF record, so if that's missing, it obviously increases the score.
Mm-hmm.
There is an algorithm called Bayesian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll go into that when we see it in a second there.
Yep. So, as per the slide, all messages are inspected and assigned a score. This score is low if the message is legitimate and high if the email is spam. All aspects of the message, not just the content, help determine the score. So here we can see that the default maximum score is 25. Any email that scores higher than 25 gets rejected automatically. Through accepting and rejecting, you can teach Roaring Penguin about what is and is not spam.
So as the more you use it, the smarter it will get as to what it thinks is spam and not spam.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So let's go back to our pending messages notification.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
So this is what you'll normally get in your email. So for each of the pending messages, you have 4 options: accept, reject, always allow sender, and block sender. So
let's go explain exactly what happens there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for any message that you click accept for, it will go into a non-spam area,
folder. Yeah.
But it will also have a release a copy to your inbox.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you reject goes to a spam folder and is deleted in 21 days. Okay. Another option, always allow sender, will go to non-spam and also be whitelisted and be released to you, of course.
Yeah.
And conversely, anything blocked will go to a blacklist entry, and the message will go to spam and be deleted.
Yeah. Now remember that whenever you whitelist or blacklist senders, this is a per user setting, so it doesn't apply to the whole company. It will only apply to your user mailbox.
Very good. Okay, so let's actually do that then. Let's go back to my pending messages. So this particular message from Paul, I want this message. It has a pretty low score, which means that Roaring Penguin kind of thinks it might be spam. There's probably some graphics and stuff in it, so it thinks it might be spammy, but I know Paul, he's a good guy. I'm going to always allow sender. So I'm going to click on that, and then we'll get a confirmation as to what we've done. So always allow sender, We can see some other information that this email is coming from the U.S. This SPF is green, which means the SPF records are in place. SPF records are a mechanism used throughout the world by email systems to help deter spam. It's green, so it means it's good with this particular sender. Okay, so I'm done with that one. I'm going to close that one. And I'm done with this message, so I'm going to go back here. I got a couple more here that I haven't caught up on, so I'm going to go in here. Optimize your riverbed certifications. I'm not sure I know this guy, so I'm going to reject this one. In fact, I'm going to block sender on that one. And Roaring Penguin just confirms my action. That's fine. I'll close that. Okay, and now this one I have 3 messages quarantined. Let's see here. So these first 2, I do actually want to get these. These are from a company called Aavik, which has some really neat software, so I'm going to accept that one. And there I get my confirmation. The same thing with this one, accept. And I see my confirmation, very good. Now this one here at the bottom is obviously spam. I don't know this guy. This bill makes no sense to me. I am just going to out and out reject that one. And yeah, look, I think that's China. It's a pretty high score. Yeah. Okay.
So now we'll move on to the control console and actions and functions available there, including notification schedules and maintaining whitelists and blacklists. The login that you use at Roaring Penguin is the same as your primary email address.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so your username on Roaring Penguin is the same as your primary email address.
Yep. And the password is the same as your computer password.
And the password is the same as your computer password. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so here we'll go to preferences.
Yeah.
This is how you can change your notification settings. From here, you'd go to notifications. So this is your email address. This is where the report will be sent.
So you have an option there of pretty much every hour of the day, right? So there's 24 hours you can send your get your pending messages notification sent to you, and you can choose the days directly below it. So you can take out every check mark and not get a pending messages notification, but that's not advised, as then you would not know if you have any email messages that are sitting in pending messages.
Yep. And there's also this option called Send Pending Notifications Now. So if you do that, the system will email you whatever's in your quarantine right now.
Okay.
So
So you can set this as often as you like. I see, Andre, you have this sending to you 4 times a day from Monday to Friday.
Yeah, and I will. So once you make the changes, you can click on Submit Changes button, and at the top there, you'll see that your notification settings have been updated.
Okay.
Now we'll maintain a whitelist and blacklist. So we go to Rules. So if you want to whitelist or blacklist individual email addresses, you'd go to Senders.
So if I send you something from home, Andre, I want to make sure you get it. So
Yep.
how about put my home email address in?
All right, let's do that. What's your email?
So it's mike.zettler@gmail.com.
Now everyone can email you.
Yay!
Okay, so once you add that email address, there's this action menu, and from there you can always allow.
Yes, always allow.
Yep, or always reject, obviously. So that will blacklist Mike Zettler from emailing you from home. There's also an expiry box, so you can set it. So, for instance, if you get mad at Mike Zettler for a year, you can say, well, next year, same day next year, I want this rule to expire, and I won't be mad at Zettler anymore. In the comment box, you can obviously enter your notes and say, this is for
Allow for 1 year.
my XZ. Allow for 1 year. That's it, and you click on Submit Changes. So as you can see here, the standard is mikezeller@gmail.com. It's going to your email address. The action is always allow. This rule will expire next year. Same thing goes for your domains. So this will be, how should I put it? So you can block or allow by companies, right?
Okay.
So for instance here you can say I want to accept or block everything from hotmail.com, for instance. You can add the rule, change action to always allow or reject. It's the same process as with senders. Or let's say we want to allow that. So if you leave the expiry blank, then
it's an
it'll,
optional field.
yeah, it is.
Okay.
So it'll be there forever.
Good. So the last thing I think we'll show people in here, Andre, is the bulk management of pending messages. So from the pending messages notification they get in their inbox, they can go into each message, accept, reject, allow sender, etc. In here, if you go back to your quarantine, I think it is. Oh, there it is, pending, the my filter, accept and reject list. You can choose actions for all of them at once.
Correct, yeah. So there are these three icons. So the question mark, obviously do nothing. So it's reflected here. And let's drop down. If you click on the green button, it changes everything to accept message.
So if you want to accept all those pending messages, hit that green check mark and then submit changes
And
at the
then
bottom.
submit changes at the top or at the bottom, doesn't matter.
And then you got them all.
Yep, and similarly, if you click on the red cross, it will reject all of these messages. So let's go ahead and accept all of these. Click on submit changes.
And then you've cleaned out your pending messages. We appreciate your comments and suggestions to make this better. And of course, please call us with any questions. Thank you for watching.
See ya.